I'm a billboard, and I'm broadcasting like a radio. Tell the world you ought to know, I'm brand new.
What's going on, y'all? It's Brian Kill here. Here to introduce the new theme for the year, kicking it old school. Where we're gonna be using old school verses during the games that you guys will have to recite. So yeah, I mean we're here right now on top of Bethel Temple. Real windy up here. We're really scared out of our minds, but we're doing this for you guys, man.
Yo, so the first verse is Genesis 1:31. All that God has made is very good. Like all that He's created was very good. So that's what we want to talk to you a little bit. When we look at the city and when we look at what God is doing here already, and actually, if you look behind you over there, Scanlon is where we play and where, you know, the good things that God has created, we actually exalt, we actually lift up, we actually kind of just praise God for Him. So, but you know, sometimes though, in our sin, in our crap, in our bad, right? People look at the city as a bad thing. You know what I mean? So they say, you know, what good can come from the Badlands? What good can come from North Philly? What good can come, you know, from here? So, you know, so we just wanted to talk, you know, kind of reach out, talk a little bit about that God has created you. And when we think about Timoteo and what God is doing there and the good that He's doing, man, when God created you, He saw that it was good. But because of sin, that's why we got all this. That's why our land is called the Badlands versus the good lands. So I don't know, Brian, want to touch a little bit on.
I mean, when I look at this, man, when I look at the city, man, I just think that Jesus was all up in the city, man. If you look at Jesus with the Samaritan woman, it says in that kind of verse that Jesus had to go through Samaria. Like, He didn't. I mean, when I kind of look at Philadelphia and I think about where we are in Philadelphia, a lot of people, I mean, from different areas, they'll drive through I-95 and away from the city to get to Center City instead of coming right through the city, which is sometimes the easier route, but they don't want to be seen or in the midst of this, man. So I just think that, I mean, there's good in the city, a lot of good. I know in Matthew 9:9 it talks about Jesus eating with the tax collectors, and people, when the Pharisees were looking at Him and they was like, why are you eating with those sinners? Why are you spending your time with them? And Jesus was like, I have come for the sick. Those are the ones who need doctors. Not to say that I mean, we're all sick, we're all wrong, but Jesus looks intently at each and every one of us and He sees the good in us and He loves on us, man. And Jesus is all in that.
So one of the pieces, right, is that where Jesus was born in Nazareth, someone said, what good can come from Nazareth? What good can come from there? So that's, you know, I grew up right on the bat, you know, Fairhill and Canberra all day, right? But, you know, people keep constantly say, like, what good can come from here? Well, look at some good that's happening. Look at you. Look at what's happening on the field and off the field at Timoteo. So look at Jesus. I mean, Jesus is the ultimate good that can reflect on any city. So when we look at that and we look at what God is doing, man, in Genesis, and how He's the beginning and end of all things, but in Genesis, He's specifically focusing on the beginning of all things. And so when you read Genesis 1, it just talks about how He created creation, how he created us to eat, how He created us to have sex, how He created us to have power, you know, how He has given those things to us. So, you know, as we kind of conclude and as we bring you home right now, we want to just let you know, man, that Timoteo, God has given us some good, and we want to just bestow that to you, that God has created you, and He is very well pleased with what He's created. So, yo, give your hearts to Jesus. Over and out. Just like Jesus said, it is finished. God said, it is good. When He was done, it is
everywhere I go. Tell them, world, tell them. Yeah, I'm a billboard. Tell the world, and I'm broadcasting like a radio.